Okay, so good day class. So it's our last topic for transportation engineering, which is the fundamental relations of traffic flow. So first, punta muna tayo sa terms. So first is the speed, which is the S. So it is the rate of the movement of traffic. It is expressed in metric unit in kilometer per hour. So siguro hindi ko na kailangan to explain ng malalim, no, since lower year na encounter nyo na kung ano yung speed. So okay, sige, doon tayo sa density, which is yung K. It is the number of vehicles per unit length of the road at that instant expressed as the number of the vehicle per lane kilometer of the road. So kumbaga, yung density, ito yung number ng vehicle per unit length, no. Let's say sa isang kilometro meron tayong let's say 500 vehicles in 1 kilometer. Or let's say 500 vehicles in 2 kilometers. So pag meron tayong 500 vehicles in 2 kilometers, so ang density nun, so papasok ng 250 vehicle per kilometer. So ang unit ng density, which is, ang density, ang unit niyan is vehicle per kilometer. So yan yung density natin. So yung speed natin is the kilometer per hour. Okay. So, ano naman tong volume? Volume, it is the measure to quantify the traffic flow. It is expressed at the number of vehicles that pass across a given transfer line of the road during unit of time. Let's say, meron tayong isang specific point line. Ano? Say, sa isang kalsada, yan. Then, maglagay tayo ng isang line dyan. So, kung ilan yung vehicle na mag-pass dyan sa line na to, in a specific time, yun yung magiging volume natin. Let's say, in 1 hour, may nag-pass dyan na, sabihin natin, 200 vehicles. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong traffic volume na 200 vehicle per hour. Tama. So, therefore, V is equals to vehicle per hour. So, kung ilan yung number ng vehicle na nag-pass that specific section or specific line, in specific time, ano? Which is, yan, yun na yung magiging volume natin. So, ano ba yung difference niya sa flow? Which is yung Q. So, flow, it is the rate of traffic, which is the vehicle per hour. Equivalent hourly rate. So, ito, same lang sila ng volume, pero ito kasing flow is hindi talaga siya naka-hour. Kumbaga, equivalent lang. Let's say, ang sinukat natin dito na magpapas dito is 15 minutes. So, let's say, meron tayong nagdaan dyan na 100 vehicle in 15 minutes. So, ang magiging flow natin doon is 400 vehicle per hour. So, kumbaga, ini-equivalent lang siya into hourly rate. So, pero yung volume, ayan. So, meron siyang specific time talaga na hour. Yan. So, yun yung difference lang nila. Itong flow, ini-equivalent lang natin. Pero itong volume, ito talaga yung exact na nag-pass. No? Okay. So, yun lang yung difference ng dalawa. So, yan yung mga terms natin. Next. So, ngayon. Paano ba sinasolve itong density? So, density of the vehicle occupying a unit length of roadway at a given instant usually expresses the vehicle per kilometer. So, ang ating density is equal lang yan sa K is equals to Q over S. Na yung Q natin is traffic flow and yung S natin is the speed. So, di ba ang traffic flow natin ay equal lang yan sa vehicle per hour. Therefore, ang speed natin is, di ba, is kilometer per hour. So, makakancel lang yung R. Ang unit ng ating density is vehicle per kilometer. So, gaya lang nung sinulat ko dito kanina, yan. So, ang unit lang ng density natin is vehicle per kilometer. Which is equal lang din yan sa N over L, or the number of vehicles occupying a highway segment of length over the length of the roadway. Or, pwede rin siya, so K is equal to 1 over S. Which is yung S natin is the spacing between cars. Hindi ito yung S na speed, Ang S dito is the spacing between cars. Yung S kanina, speed. So, ayan, meron naman tayong legends na masusundan. No? So, tatlo yung possible formula ng density. So, dun tayo ngayon sa flow rate or flow or volume of traffic, which is yung Q. So, it's the number of vehicle passing at a point during a specific period of time, often referred as the volume when expressed in vehicle per hour. So yung N natin, isang Q natin is the volume or yung flow rate is equal lang naman sa N over T, which is the number of vehicle passing a point during specific period of time over time. And ang relationship between the flow rate, density, and spot speed is equal lang yan sa Q is equals to KU. So yung K natin is the density, while yung U natin is the spot speed. Equal lang naman yan sa 1 over H sub T. So ano yung H sub T na yan? Saan ba nakikita? Na medyo nauna lang ano. Saan ba yan? Ito. Minimum time headway. Yan Pero balikan ko muna doon. Yan. So ito lang yan. Mamaya papakita ko kung paano sinasolve. So ulitin ko, yung Q is equal to KU, which is density times spot speed, is equal sa 1 over H sub T, which is 1 over time headway in a second. Or equal lang yan sa KVS, which is yung K natin is the spot speed and yung VS natin. Spot speed. K is the density and yung VS natin is the space mean speed. Okay. Wala na ilagay. Sige. Doon tayo sa space mean speed, which is yung VS kanina. It is also called as harmonic mean speed. It is the average speed of vehicle occupying a given length of the road at a specific time of travel. So, ito yung parang average speed lang naman ng mga vehicle, ano? It is also expressed as kilometer per hour. So, may mga tatlo tayong possible formulas for space mean speed. So, kapag ang given sa atin, time of travel, so VS is equal to D over T average. So, ibig sabihin, yung distance all over yung average time ng travel. Or, pwede naman kapag ang distance naman yung given, so VS is equal to D sub av over T. So, pag mga distances yung given, i-average naman natin dito is yung mga distance over T. Kapag naman spot speed yung given, is equal lang yan sa N all over summation of 1 over U. No, yung N natin is the number of vehicle all over summation ng 1 over U. Na yung U natin is the spot speed. Okay, so sana clear sa inyo yan. Next, time mean speed. So, ito nilagay ko na lang din as U, no? Or let's say VT pala. Ang dami pang U. So, VT. Ayan, time mean speed. It is also called as a spot speed. So kaya, ayan, pwede pala. So, that's why, also called lang din pala yung spot speed. So, U, it is the arithmetic mean of the speed of vehicle passing a point during a given interval of time. Okay, so, ang time mean speed equal lang sa summation of U sub I all over N. Where yung U sub I is the observed speed of the ith vehicle or parang ginawang N. So, number of vehicle lang yan. Observed speed of the vehicle and yung N natin is the number of vehicle observed. So, kung ilan lang naman yung vehicle. Next is the flow density relations. So, okay. So, kapag meron tayong low volume, no, sabihin nun, meron tayong high speed. Bakit? Kasi, syempre, kung konti naman yung sasakyan, no, na nagpapas, tawag doon, in a certain point, sabihin, mabilis sila doon kasi nga, konti lang naman yung mga sasakyan. Pero kapag may high volume tayo, ibig sabihin nun, lower speed na. Kasi nga, so madami yung nagpapas, ibig sabihin, kailangan nila magdahan-dahan. Kaya medyo mabagal na yan, kaya meron tayong lower speed. Kapag naman meron tayong highest volume, ibig sabihin, meron tayong medium density. So, ibig sabihin nun, kapag sobrang dami nung nagpapas, no? So, ibig sabihin, possible niyan, medium density. Let's say, hindi siya ganun kabilis, pero hindi naman siya ganun kabagal. So, medium lang. So, parang nasa kalagitnaan lang to. And kapag meron tayong maximum density, ibig sabihin no speed or flow. Kapag kasi sinabing maximum density, ito na yung parang may traffic congestion. No? Kasi ibig sabihin, punong-puno na yung, ng sasakyan yung kalsada. So, kaya wala nang andaran to. No? Kaya no speed or flow. Ibig sabihin, hindi na nakakaabante yung mga sasakyan. Okay, so yun yung relationship ng flow and speed. Okay, so ngayon sa speed density relationship. So ito yung graph ng ating density and speed, no? When density K is 0, ibig sabihin kapag 0 yung density, ibig sabihin natin yung S natin dyan or yung speed is maximum or S sub F, which is yung F nun, ibig sabihin nun is free flow speed. Yan, at 0 density speed will be maximum referred to as the free flow speed. But when the density is jump density, the speed of the vehicle becomes 0. So, ibig sabihin kapag sinabing jam density, punong-puno na nga ng sasakyan yan. Kaya wala nang nakakaandar na sasakyan or wala nang nakakaabante. No? So, andito yung jam density which is yung KJ. Andito naman yung S sub F which is yung free flow speed or talagang biyahe-biyahe lang. Kasi nga wala na, kaya siya ibig sabihin walang density, ibig sabihin yung sasakyan mabilis na nakakapas in a certain length, no? Sobrang bilis. O yun, maximum speed na sila. Okay? So, ano na may relationship ng flow density? So, ayan. So, kung makikita nyo, no? So, the flow density varies with time and location. So, ibig sabihin, when density is 0, flow will be also 0. Since there is no vehicle on the road. Tama. So, kung density natin is 0, kung walang vehicle dyan, ibig sabihin, halos 0 lang din yung ating flow, no? And kapag naman daw no vehicle is gradually when the number of vehicle gradually increases, the density as well as flow increases, no? So ibig sabihin kapag daw yung flow natin is 0, dalawa yung possible outcome natin. Kung ang flow natin ay 0, so pwedeng wala tayong density or pwede namang meron tayong jam density. Bakit? Kasi kung ang ating flow, no? So, ang flow natin itong Q. Ibig sabihin, kung walang dumadaan, possible, wala ding density. Ibig sabihin, wala ding naman. Pero kapag sinabi namang walang dumadaan, pwede din naman ng sobrang traffic, kaya walang nakakadaan in that certain point. Kaya, nasa jam density yan. So, ibig sabihin kapag ang density natin is parang kalagitnaan, pag punong density natin na napuno, let's say, nasa maximum o optimal density tayo. Tama, oo. Sorry. Kapag puno pala yung flow, baliktad pala ako, sorry. So, kapag naka-maximum yung flow natin, ibig sabihin, meron tayong optimal density. Pag sinabing optimal density, ito yung hindi masyadong puno, pero hindi din sobrang konti. Kumbaga, tama lang. Parang nasa average lang. O, kalahati, parang ganun. Half-half lang. Pag maximum yung ating flow. No? Okay? So, next is the speed and volume flow naman. Okay. So, at the very low speed, the traffic flow or volume would also be low. So, ibig sabihin, kapag konti yung tawag doon. So, kung mababa yung speed natin, ibig sabihin, konti lang din yung nagpapass in that certain location. But zero speed indicates zero flow or zero volume. So when when increasing speed, the traffic volume also increase up at a certain limit. So ibig sabihin, di ba, kung mas bumibilis yung daloy na tawag doon, yung speed ng sasakyan, ibig sabihin mas marami na silang nakakadaan. Unti-unti na dumadami. So at speed further increases, the spacing between the vehicle becomes so large that the time headway between the vehicle also increases and thus volume decreases. So it is possible to have two different speed at a given flow. Okay? So kapag sinabi dyan yung flow natin ay 0, so dalawa yung possible outcome. No? So kapag walang flow, pwedeng yung speed natin is free flow speed. Or pwede namang speed natin ay 0. So, yun yung dalawang possible outcome. And kapag yung speed natin is naka-maximum, ibig sabihin, pag sobrang bilis na ng sasakyan, lang tayo. Sorry, baliktad. Kapag yung flow natin is naka-maximum, ibig sabihin yung speed natin dyan is, tawag doon, average lang. Hindi ganun kabilis, hindi ganun kabagal. Okay. So, ngayon dito tayo ngayon sa peak R factor or PHF. So, it is the ratio of the total hourly volume to the maximum rate of flow within the R. So, ang formula lang naman ng peak R factor is the hourly volume all over 60/15 or pwedeng gawin nyo na lang 4. Multiply by the highest volume. And DVH, which is the design hourly volume, is equal lang yan sa peak R volume all over the peak R factor. No, so ito yung ratio lang, yung peak R factor, ratio lang to nung Kumbaga, yung maximum rate of flow all over the total hourly volume lang naman to. Okay. So, ngayon dito tayo sa minimum time headway. So, it is the time that elapsed between the arrival of the leading vehicle at the following vehicle at the designated test point. Okay, so para mas maintindihan nyo, let's say ito yung ating dalawang sasakyan, no? Okay, so ngayon magpapass dito sila in a certain point. So, ibig sabihin yung ating speed nung speed tuloy. Yung time nung pagpass nung naunang sasakyan at yung pangalawang sasakyan, yun yung minimum time headway, no? Ito yan, yung time na nagpass, yung difference nung time nila nung nagpass sila in a certain point. Yun yung time headway. No, is equal lang yan sa 3,600 all over the capacity. So, in second to, So, naka-in second tayo. So, yung capacity natin can be solved as 1,000 times V all over S. Na yung V natin is the velocity in kilometer per hour all over the S, which is the spacing between cars. And yung S natin, so yung spacing between cars can be solved as Vt plus L. Where yung V natin, same lang na velocity, times yung reaction time in second. So, ibig sabihin, meter per second yung gagamitin natin sa V. Plus yung length in meter lang din. No? So, masasolve natin yung spacing between cars. Sige. Try natin mag-solve ng problem 1, no? So, the following data were taken on the 5 vehicle traveling a 1.5 km portion of the NLEX. First, determine the space mean speed and the time mean speed. So, una, isosolve down muna natin yung space mean speed. So, kung marirecall nyo yung space mean speed, di ba? May tatlo tayong possible tawag doon. Formulas. So, ang given sa atin dyan is yung vehicle at saka yung time. In minutes, no? Okay. So, paano natin isosolve yung space mean speed? So, balikan muna natin yung formula kung di nyo pa nare-recall. So, yan, tatlo yung possible na given sa atin. So, ang given sa atin is yung time. So, time yung given, ano? So, ibig sabihin, ito yung gagamitin natin. Is yung Vs is equal to D over T average. Okay? Sige, balikan natin. So, letter A, solve natin yung Vs or yung time mean speed, which is yung distance all over average time. Okay? So, try natin isolve. So, yung distance natin is 1.5 kilometer. So, over, So, minutes yung given, no? So, gawin natin 1.2 plus 1 minute plus 1.4 plus 1.3 plus 1.1 all over, ilan sila? 5. So, sa average yan. So, ito, naka-minutes to, no? So, ibig sabihin, kilometer per minute. So, instead na minute, gawin natin siyang hour. So, i-convert natin siya 60 minutes per 1 hour. So, makakancel na yung minute. So, magiging answer na natin dito is kilometer per hour. So, pakisolve na lang. So, pag sinolve nyo yan, ang lalabas dyan is 75 kilometer per hour. And this is our final answer. Okay, letter B tayo. So, time mean speed. So, sige, ano ba ang formula ng time mean speed? So, Vt is equal to summation of speed all over N. No?
Tapos yung rate 200.
So, Vt is equals lang yan sa summation of spot speed, which is yung speed na, kaso ang given time pala, no? So, i-convert pa natin yan. So, over N. So, kunin muna natin yung speed nung first speed, no? So, nagbiyahe daw siya ng 1.5 kilometer per minute natin. No? So, i-convert natin yung kilometer per minute into kilometer per hour. So, yung una, nag-travel daw siya ng 1.5 kilometer per minute. So, 1.2 minute. Convert lang natin siya into hour. So, 60 minutes, 1 hour. Cancel. So, i-multiply lang natin siya sa 60, no? Para maging kilometer per hour. So the answer will be 75 kph. Okay, yung second speed naman yung vehicle 2. So 1.5 kilometer over 1 minute. So times na lang natin siya sa 60 para mabilis. So the answer will be 1.90 kph. Okay, so third vehicle tayo. So in 1.5 kilometer, nakapag-travel siya ng 1.4 minutes. So multiply lang natin siya sa 60 para maging kilometer per hour. So mas mabagal siya ng konti, no? Ilan to? 64. Tama, no? 64.29 kph. Okay, U4. Ang spot speed ng fourth vehicle. So, 1.5 kilometer over 1.3 minutes. Multiply natin sa 60. Answer, 69.23 kph. And U5 is equal lang yan sa 1.1, ano? So, 1.5 kilometer over 1.1 minute. Times natin sa 60. The answer is 81.82 kph. Okay, so kph yan, di lang kasya. Therefore, so what will be the answer? So, 75 plus 90 plus 64.29 plus 69.23 plus 81.82. So, kph to all over the number of vehicles, which is yung 5. Therefore, dito ko na lang ilalagay ang ating time mean speed is equal lang yan sa 76.07 kph. And this is our final answer. Yan, so madali lang naman siya. So, yan, 76.07. So, yan. Diyan pala nakalagay yung answer. Okay, dito tayo sa 2. So, problem number 2. So, during peak hours, 3,800 vehicle pass a certain highway from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. with a space mean speed of 20 km per hour. So, what is the traffic density in vehicle per kilometer? So, meron tayong given na space mean speed, which is yung VS na 20 kph. So, sinabi dyan, meron tayong number of vehicle, which is yung N na 3,800 vehicle. So, yung time natin, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Diba meron tayong 2 hours. So, ang hinahanap dyan is yung traffic density, which is yung K. Paano natin nahanapin? No? So, yung meron tayong NT, no? Tapos, pwede natin gamitin yung formula ng Q is equals to K VX. Na yung Q natin is the traffic flow. Tama. Ito yan. Ito. So, pwede natin kung gamitin, ano, para makuha natin yung Q, which is N over T. Tama. So, therefore, yung Q natin is equals to N over T, no? Which is the number of vehicles, which is 3,800 over 2. 2 hours kasi nag-travel. So, meron tayong 1,900 vehicle per hour. So, pwede natin ma-solve si density. So, meron tayong 1,900 vehicle per hour is equals to K times saan? Ating VS na 20 kilometer per hour. So therefore, what will be the value of K? So ang density natin will be 95 vehicle per kilometer. Bakit naging vehicle per kilometer, no? So, try lang natin to, lipat. So, gawin natin siya is K is equals to Q over VS. Na yung Q kasi natin is 1,900 vehicle
May beneficial.
per hour over 20 kilometer per hour. So, makakancel lang yung R. So, kaya siya naging vehicle per kilometer. And this is our final answer. No?
Ito rin
Sige, problem 3 tayo. 5 vehicles pass a section A at intervals of 3, 4, 3, and 5 seconds respectively. The vehicle speeds are 50, 45, 40, 35, and 30 km per hour. So first, determine the time mean speed in kilometer per hour. So letter A, ang isa-solve dyan is yung time mean speed. So VT, which is equal lang yan, di ba, sa... Saan? Sige, balikan natin. Di ba, summation ng speed over N. So, summation ng spot speed over N. Ano ba yung speed natin? Ito daw yung speeds natin. So, therefore, is 50 plus 45 plus 40 plus 35 plus 30 kph over number of vehicle, which is yung 5. So, okay, the answer will be, ano? 40 kph. So, final answer. So, letter B. Space means speed na may hinahanap. So, mamimili lang tayo sa tatlo, no? Pero ang given sa atin, di ba, is yung spot speed. So, pwede natin gamitin yung formula ng N over summation lang ng 1 over U. Tama? Kasi spot speed yung given sa atin. So, therefore, kung gusto nyo, gawin nyo siyang distance, okay lang naman, walang problema. Since meron tayong mga seconds dyan. Pero, iba pala to. Mali. Interval lang pala nila to. Hindi to yung seconds na pag-pass nila. So, ito lang pala talaga yung possible, no? Which is yung N natin, number of vehicles, na 5, over, summation lang ng 1 over U. So, 1 over 50, plus 1 over 45, plus 1 over 40, plus 1 over 35, plus 1 over 30. So, ibig sabihin, itong apat na to, palito lang yan. The answer will be 38.72 kph. So, final answer. Ganun lang naman kasimple. Okay, problem 4. Compute the rate of flow in vehicles per hour in space mean speed is vehicle per hour if the space mean speed is 30 miles per hour and density of 14 vehicle per kilometer. No? So, ang tinatanong lang naman dyan is rate of flow, which is yung Q. Meron tayong given na space mean speed, which is yung 30 miles per hour. Then, may density tayo na K na 14 vehicle per kilometer. Okay, so hinahanap lang naman natin is yung Q. So, pwede natin gamitin yung formula na Q is equals to VS times K, no? Pero, ang problema lang, naka-miles per hour tayo. So, i-convert lang naman natin si miles, into kilometer. Para same unit tayo. So, Q is equals to 30 miles per hour. So, i-convert lang natin yan. Di ba meron siyang 1.609 kilometer per 1 mile. O, tsaka, multiply na natin siya sa 14 vehicle per hour. So, cancel lang yung mile. Therefore, anong ating magiging traffic flow? Or yung flow rate? Which is yung 675.78. Ilan to? Vehicle, wait lang.
nakadepende din sa order kung paano pinagbigat ko. Kaya yun yung iba. So parang iba yung nasa isip ko. Hindi natin pwede.
Wait lang. So, ang magiging unit kasi natin dito, kilometer vehicle, tapos, ba't dalawang R?
Diba? Ang hirap din lang kasi hindi flow. Hindi tamang flow. Ay, hindi katulad ng sa iPhone.
Kasi dapat ang atin dyan is vehicle per kilometer. No?
Sa inyo ba, sir? Yes po. Naka-iPhone.
Per kilometer. Kilometer per hour.
Nakapalibag. Sa FU lang.
Talaga? Kahit civil? Okay, mali pala ako. Ano pala to? 14 vehicle per kilometer. So, maka-cancel din pala yung kilometer. So, mali lang pala ako. So, tama lang din pala yung unit natin na vehicle per hour. Okay, so, my bad. So, yan. 675.78 vehicle per hour. Okay. So, yan. Ngayon ka din sinasolve to. Sige, dito tayo sa 5. So, a vehicle is traveling along a two-lane highway. So, if the average distance between the front bumpers and the successive cars is 80 feet, determine the density in vehicle per mile. So, ang given dyan daw, yung average distance between the front bumper, ano? So, ibig sabihin yung spacing natin. Kasi di ba nabanggit ko naman kanina, yun yung ating spacing. Which is yung 80 feet, no? Kasi yun yung distance daw. Let's say ito yan. Distance ng front bumper ng sasakyan na nagta-travel, ano? So, ito yan. Ito yung S. Okay. So, to solve that, ano ang hinahanap is yung density. So, paano natin hahanapin density? Hanap tayo ng formula na may relationship sa density. Meron ba dyan?
Baka nag-lunch lang ba?
Density. Ito. Pwede natin ito gamitin. So, K is equals to 1 over S. No? So, okay, balikan natin. Okay. So, density is 1 over S lang naman. Kaso, ang sinasabi dyan, ang density dapat natin is vehicle per mile. Pero ang given natin is 80 feet. Pero siguro, nare-recall nyo naman siguro na ang isang mile ay equal sa 5,280 feet. No? So, dapat alam nyo yung conversion na yan. Okay? So, solve lang natin. So, density natin is K is equals to 1 over 80 feet. So, gawin lang natin siyang miles. So, ibig sabihin, 1 mile divided by 5,280 feet. So, what will be the answer? So, parang 1 over 0.015, which is 65.97. No? So, vehicle per mile. So, final answer. Okay, yung 80 feet pala kasi na to is 80 feet per vehicle kasi. Baka nalito lang kayo. Kasi ito yung distance ng per bumper. So, ibig sabihin merong 80 feet per vehicle ang distance. So, parang assume lang na ito din yung S natin. Ayan, ito din yung S. Kada vehicle. Ayan, naging vehicle per mile. So, na-reciprocal lang din. Okay? Sige, dun tayo sa last problem. A table shows a 15-minute volume counting during peak hour on an approach to an intersection. So, okay, meron tayong table, ano? So, first is determine the peak hour volume. No? So, di ba, ang peak hour volume is the hourly, tawag doon, balikan natin yung, okay. So, wala pala nakalagay. So, yung peak hour sorry, banggitin ko na lang, no? So, yung peak hour volume, ito yung number lang ng vehicle during peak hours. So, yun lang yun, no? Peak hour volume is the number of vehicles during peak hour. So, let's assume na ito daw is yung peak hour natin. Okay. Pero pag nakalagay dyan, let's say, umabot pa yan ng, ano lang trivia lang. So, let's say, meron pa tayong 8 to 8:15. And 8:15 to 8:30. And so on. So, ngayon, let's say, may value tayo na umabot ng 306 at saka 390. So, ngayon, paano natin malalaman yung peak hour, ano? O yung peak hour volume? So, ngayon, i-compute natin yung pinaka magkakatabing apat. So, unahin natin itong apat na to. Then, pangalawa, itong apat. Then, pangatlo, ito. No? Then, kung sino may pinakamataas na volume, yun yung ating peak hour volume. Ako ha. Ito, ano lang to, example lang ha. Example lang yan. So, let's say meron tayong 6 na oras dyan. 6, then compute nyo, 4 lang kasi every 15 minutes, ano? 7 to 8, 7:15 to 8:15, and 7:30 to 8:30. So, kung ano yung may highest volume dyan, yun yung ating peak hour volume. Pero kasi dito sa problem natin, 4 lang. So, assume natin na ito na yung peak hour. So, para masolve natin yung peak hour volume, equal lang naman yan sa 365 plus 376 plus 403 plus 390. The answer will be 1534. So, ito yung ating peak hour volume. Pero let's say, from 7:30 to 8:30, umabot yan ng 16 or more. So, yun yung ating peak hour volume. So, kung ano yung may pinakamataas na volume na masolve nyo dyan, yun yung ating peak hour volume. So, walang naka-indicate kung nasa ang oras. Basta yung 4 na may pinakamaraming tawag doon, vehicle, yun, or pinakamaraming volume, yun yung peak hour volume. So, yan na. Ilang beses ko na binanggit yan. So, clear na siguro sa inyo yan. So, letter B tayo. Solve for or determine the peak hour factor. Okay? So, ang peak hour factor lang naman is the total peak hour volume, which is itong nasolve natin na 1534 over 60 over 15 multiply by the highest volume, no? So, lagay ko na lang dyan yung peak hour volume over 60 over 15 multiply by the highest volume. Therefore, 1534 over 60 over 15 times ano ba may highest volume dyan? Which is yung 403. Take note lang. Let's say, 6 ulit tayo. Ito yung naging, ito pa rin yung 4 na naging ano natin. Naging peak hour volume, ano. Pero, umabot to ng, let's say, 405. Let's say, ito 405. So, dito pa rin kayo titingin, ano. Wala na dyan. Neglect nyo na yan. Dito pa rin. So, ang highest pa rin na gagamitin natin is yung 403. No? Kasi dito lang tayo sa peak hour titingin na. So, yan. So, sana clear sa inyo yan. So, therefore, ang ating peak hour factor ay equal sa 0.9516. So, final answer. And letter C, determine the design hourly volume. So, DHV lang yan. Which is, sige, balikan natin, nakalimutan ko. Is peak hour volume over peak hour factor lang naman. So, peak hour volume na 1534 over 0.9516, which is yung peak hour factor. The answer will be 1612. So, final answer. So, yan. So, ganun lang naman isolve yung ating peak hour volume and peak hour factor. So, yan. So, sana clear sa inyo, no? So, ganyan lang kadali yung last topic natin. So, quiz na tayo next meeting, no? Which is itong topic natin and yung accident analysis. Okay, so I hope everything's clear. Sige, okay na yan.